make some announcements around some major changes to the permit systems between Victoria and New South Wales, between the red and orange zone areas. As the risk profile between the two states changes, and as we get both states moving towards a more integrated reopening position, we've got further announcements to make as to how that will work. We've had our travel permit system in place since January of this year, and today we will be announcing that fully vaccinated people in New South Wales red zones will be able to enter Victoria without facing the 14-day quarantine arrangements, including people who are not Victorian residents. These changes made on the advice of the Public Health Team and the Chief Health Officer come as the Victorian community rapidly approaches, indeed it's going to pass today, 88% of our population aged 16 and over having at least one dose, and 63% having 2 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. Under these changes, which will come into operation from 11:59 p.m. on the 19th of October, you'll still require the Easy Vic Services permit, but what that will mean for fully vaccinated people entering Victoria from red zones will simply need a negative result from a test taken no more than 72 hours prior to their entry to Victoria. And then once having entered to Victoria, they must isolate whilst they get another test within a further 72 hours. And once they get that negative result, go about their business. People entering from red zones who are not fully vaccinated, including those with a medical exemption, will still need that negative test before they enter the state, but they will also still be required to quarantine for the full 14 days. And they'll also have the normal testing arrangements that would apply during quarantine periods. Further changes as part of the interstate traffic light system will also apply to people coming from orange zones. People coming from orange zones will no longer be required to get tested or to isolate until they receive a negative result. No requirements will apply to them other than the need to hold a valid permit. Orange zones conditions won't change for people who are not fully vaccinated, including those with a valid medical exemption. That meaning that you will still have to get tested and you will still have to isolate until that test result comes through. These changes have a series of consequential changes for people who are seeking to be exempted or the permitted workforce, but what they all point to is the increasing relaxation of border arrangements between Victoria and interstate jurisdictions who want to reflect those. Overwhelmingly, it's the position into the ACT and New South Wales who continue to have not dissimilar outbreak challenges. As I say, these changes will come into effect on the 19th of October, and interstate entries will still be required to get that Easy Vic Services app permit. I might get Jerome to just take us through a few more details